what your next step in life is, Torah High stays with you.
Senior trip.
Senior trip was so much fun.
So on senior trip, we woke up at like 5 in the morning.
We loaded up the van.
No, just kidding, 4 a.m.
No, we left at 5.
Kind of got lovely. We spent the weekend in Phoenix.
We stopped for sand dunes on the way. People had fun covering themselves in sand, running up and then rolling all the way back down. Continued our trip.
It was crazy car ride. We were all singing like songs over and over again.
And then went to a baseball game.
And I happen to be a massive baseball fan.
We also had a barbecue outside the hotel. It was really nice.
Okay, so we went tubing down the river.
I got really hyper. I don't really remember what happened at that time. It was a little too much.
I remember when your knee almost drowned.
A lot of us came back with slightly redder skin than we had intended.
So we went to this little western town called Rawhide that was basically like imitation Wild West, like right out of a movie kind of town, and we met some really cool like fake cowboys, and we saw a gun show, fake gun show.
And we all took pictures wearing these giant like ball gowns and archaic looking clothing. Aurel got arrested.
Aurel was mysteriously arrested for being an illegal immigrant by the cowboys and locked into a jail cell.
Which was so funny, and she had to sing songs and do dances to get out of jail.
And the only way that they were going to sign her release agreement was if she danced the Macarena.
So I got arrested. It was a lot of fun, thanks to Nomi and Dina. Thank you guys.
That was hilarious. I forgot about that.
For Shabbos, we stayed in Phoenix, and it was just a beautiful Shabbos. We spent by Miss Fox's grandparents.
We spent an amazing Shabbos, a really inspiring Shabbos with Miss Fox.
We stayed by people's houses, which was really nice. We got to feel like we were part of the community.
We played this really fun game that kind of led us through all our experiences and reliving our memories at Torah High, and it was so much fun. And it was, you know, sort of sad, you know, to know that we were leaving, but it helped us realize that we would always have our memories of each other.
And after Shabbos on Saturday night, we went to a comedy club, which was a lot of fun.
And we went to Yogurtland, not Yogurtland, pizza, but it was also a yogurt place. I forgot what it was called.
Sunday morning, we went horseback riding.
At the end of senior trip, after horseback riding, we were back in the car, and I look over next to me, and Shantal is crying. And everyone's just like, oh, Shantal, you're so sad because it's the end of senior trip and senior year. And she goes, no, that's not why I'm crying. I just love horses so much. I forgot about that. That was so funny, oh my goodness.
So just talk about like,
come on.
slide behind the camera.
Hi.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, I'm going
covered. Thanks for that.
The drive home from Phoenix was a great drive home. That was probably one of my favorite parts of senior trip, actually.
Yeah, that was fun.
We tried coming up with a contraption to give truck drivers or people in other cars leftover candy that we had.
We tried that for about an hour.
We would like hold it up to the window and like point to it and like see if the person gave us a thumbs up or not. And if they gave us a thumbs up, then we'd try and use our rope-like contraption attached to the candy to try and fling it into the car next to us.
It was very funny because almost every other truck driver really tried to get the candy.
It was just a lot of fun trying to make new friends along the way.
It wasn't successful.
This one day in Chumash class, we were talking about, I don't know, something really, really intense, and it talks about like our soul, and we were having this really like intense discussion, and then it just really got to me, and it's like I started crying. So like this school is way different than the other ones. It's like you get emotionally involved in this school. It's not like any other public school. The teachers really care about you. Like they're there for you if you need like advice. They're there for you if just anything bad happens.
One of my favorite speeches that we had at Torah High was when a Holocaust survivor came to speak to us. He just had a lot of great stories, and it was really like a concise, good account of what happened to him. It was really moving and very interesting to hear his story and to hear how he like kept his faith in Judaism and in God while going through those hard times. It was really special to hear.
Torah High is
really helping me. Specifically, Rabbi Pikus is really helping me with the fact that I'm interested in acting as a career, and I'm struggling to figure out how I can be an Orthodox Jew and be a professional actress at the same time, because it'd be a very hard combination to deal with. So he's been helping me a lot to find the right seminary that will allow me to do both.
I think that Torah High is unique in that we get to choose our own classes. Many of the teachers have special talents that really bring a lot to the classroom, and that's something that makes me very proud to be in Torah High and makes it very easy to be a student who enjoys what they're learning.
My funnest memory at Torah High would probably be the school Shabbaton, where it was just so much fun because everybody was just all here together. We really bonded that weekend, and it was just so much fun to sing with everyone and no distractions or anything.
I have a second family, and I know that even though in June I'll be graduating, they're still going to be there with me to support me. I know that I'm leaving the school, it doesn't mean that I'm leaving the people. So I'm going to leave with a second family in addition to my own, and it's going to be really special. It's not sad.
You don't feel alone. You feel like they're your family, and they're always supportive of you. And you never have to worry when you go to Torah High, because everyone is always going to have your back. I think the one word that will stay with me when I leave Torah High is the word family. I felt like these girls were my family. I'm going to take them with me. Really, in my heart, I'm going to take them with me, and they're going to go everywhere I go.
I think the core values that I've learned here at Torah High are going to be what stay with me for the rest of my life. Definitely from the Judaic classes, the main principles of Judaism and the reasons I believe in my faith is one of the main things that will stay with me forever.
Nobody likes coming to school, but then I think, well, at least I go to Torah High.
Even though I'm still here, Rabbi Pikus still calls me just to make sure everything's okay and to see how everything's progressing.
Torah High has given me the ability to connect to teachers, to the students around me, and now I'm able to use that ability in seminary.
I really wake up every morning, I'm like, I wish I was going to Torah High right now.
Usually the principal of the school is overseeing hundreds and hundreds of kids and probably doesn't really know much about them as individuals. And I'm so thankful that I had quite the opposite experience at Torah High, because Rabbi Pikus cares so much about each of us, and it doesn't happen.
Fairly recently, we all tried to make a class reunion, and we all got together, and we organized it by ourselves. There was nobody organizing it other than ourselves. We still feel like a class, even though we're all in different places.
That stuck with me, that feeling of family, that feeling of you are able to be who you are, you have potential, that feeling of being in an environment where you are inspired to grow. Because in that environment, that's where I met people that were able to see in me what I wasn't able to see in me at the very beginning of my high school career. And now I do. Now I know that I have potential, that I can grow, that I can become better. And I've moved on to something greater, and that is Israel, that is seminary, that is being in a place where I can learn every single day. And I wouldn't be able to have that if it wasn't for Torah High.
I think one thing that stuck with me a lot is relationships with the teachers and the importance of that. Last year when I did the interview for the video also, something that I talked about was in our relationships with the teachers and how important that is and what an impact that had on me. And as you can see, it really is still something that's important considering I'm still talking about it. And it also really made me realize how important that is in other steps in life. And I'm still close with a lot of the teachers that I left behind, but I'm also making new relationships with new teachers that I'm interacting with now, in addition to keeping in touch with the people that really did impact my life in high school.
In every life experience that you have,
No matter how far you go, even though high school's over,
Torah High stays with you.
Torah High stays with you. Torah High stays with you.